Hello? It's been a hot minute. Hi. I haven't done this in a week and I already feel weird. Hi. Let me say hello to everybody. There's a lot of you here. Thank you for being here. Hi. Ghost brings Naru, hello. I know you three were here from the very beginning. Neeners, hello as well. Katie, hello. Catherine, Aurelius, Laurent, baby girl, Katie, Layla. There's so many people here. Anakin, hello. And Kathy, my beautiful Kathy. How are y'all doing today? Today's gonna be a very different stream. There's gonna be no playing games. If we have time, maybe, but as y'all know, Christmas is literally, for Latinos at least, in 2 days. And I have to take my brother Christmas shopping because he has not done anything. So after I wrap up stream, I have to run to Target. And right now, being out in public is a war zone. But, you know, you do what you have to do. You know, it is what it is. Finally recovered from bronchitis. I'm really sorry that that happened to you. A lot of people are getting sick right now. Actually, let me cover my slideshow really quick. There's an edit I have to make on one of these. Actually, I can't. Doggumit. Let me see. What does this do? Strike through. Okay, that's what I need. We'll go with that. Because that doesn't really make sense anymore. But is this what I do? Okay, perfect. I hope it still looks the same. We'll see in a minute. Where is it? Beautiful. Okay. But how's everyone doing? It's been a long time, at least it feels like. Around 11:30 I'll be busy. It's okay, Catherine. I know you're a busy woman. Don't worry about it. Flu and COVID is going crazy right now. Over 1 million people? Oh my God. Thank you for the Aurelius command. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's actually where I was watching the Game Awards. I was watching it in Aurelius' stream, which is another thing we haven't even talked about since I've been gone. Since you've been gone. You know, Kelly Clarkson. Ew. Bailey! Hi. I'm extremely contagious and no one stays home when they're sick. They don't. They do not stay home when they're sick. Can we talk about that really quick? That's something we need to live in 2023. Live, leave. People going out when they're sick or coming to work when they're sick. I'm really tired of it. Like, I'm pretty sure I remember one year I had a coworker who kind of knew that she had COVID and she still came to work. Or she knew she was around someone who had it, and instead of telling us, this person went home, and then right when they got home was like, oh yeah, I have COVID. I beg your pardon? Like, can people just not be careful? And speaking of, I tend to, I'm very bad at getting my vaccines. Whether you want to or not, it's up to you, don't care. You know, as long as you take the necessary steps to not get sick, whatever you want to do, it's your body, your choice, doesn't matter to me. I always get it because I get very sick. If you test positive for COVID but have no symptoms, you have to come in. That is ridiculous. I'm making my own Game Awards? Really? Oh my God, I'm excited. Spider-Man won nothing. I'm actually so sad about it, but also we can get into that. Swamped with trying to wrap up projects. You may disappear. Don't worry about it, Katie. I know it's a busy time for everyone right now, so if people are in and out, I totally get it. It's fine. You should be able to sue someone if they go out knowing they're sick. I wish we could. Briley! Hi, Briley. How are you? Your PFP always sends me. It's so stupid. I love it so much, please. Anakin, Spider-Man, or Final Fantasy 16. It should have been Final Fantasy 16, honestly, because that game was so good. Or even Spider-Man was a great game. coughing like a mofo and then having the audacity to ask me for a pencil. Oh, in your class. I forget you're in school. Ew. You have to just wear the protective gears. I know. But that doesn't even... Just call out, or if you feel like you have COVID, exactly. If you're sick, just stay home. That's the one rule we're gonna learn today together, y'all. If you feel sick, don't go anywhere. But some minor life updates before we get into the stinky, oh my god, before we get into the slideshow. The most recent obviously being, my brother graduated college. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was able to go to the graduation ceremony with my parents, obviously. My older sister was there. My aunt from Colorado flew in. And then also my grandma was there. And it's the first college graduation she's ever been able to make it to because she lives with my aunt. And for those of you who don't know, my aunt has Down syndrome. And she doesn't always do very well in big events. But she was working this day because it's not a weekend. It was on a Monday. And so my grandma was able to come. I feel old. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Miss Mortar, aka Catherine, she's one of my besties IRL. And she's known Adam since he was like 3. So she's feeling old with me. But, you know, we got to see him walk and it was really exciting. And what was great about it is he was actually one of the last kids to go up and get his diploma. And I told my parents, like, I was gonna, or his bachelor's rather, I told my parents I was gonna scream really loud. So I was like, if y'all want to cover your ears, because I'm like, I'm gonna let him know where I'm at so he can find me and see me. And I screamed so loud that I don't know if y'all can tell, but my throat still isn't okay. And that was Monday. But I was so excited. I was like, my brother's graduating from a UC college. That's crazy. And he's the first one in our family, in like our family history, to do that on either side. So my brother ate that. And I'm very proud of him. And Adam, if you're watching this, good job. I heard you up in Canada, please. Final Fantasy 16 was the best game this year. I haven't played it, but I've heard it was a really great game. A little mocoso. Sonic scream, please. No going out when you sick. Aurelius, not you adding Layla. Oh my god. Oh, it's getting shady up in here. I heard you in Canada, please. Idiots. Oh my god. East Coast, please. I screamed so loud, I actually busted my throat. But I was excited. And then I tried really hard not to cry. I almost cried when we were up on the bleachers because my grandma was crying. Because again, mind you, my grandma hasn't been to any of our graduations. And this was her first one. So she was so excited. And my grandma is 75, I believe. And so she was so happy. Thank you for the hearts, by the way, whoever's sending those. I appreciate you. They're really cute. But I was really happy. And when we took a photo with my grandma, there's a photo of us that's very unprompted. We didn't know it was being taken, but it was all of us grandkids hugging my grandma. And my grandma's like 4'9". So she was really small in the middle. The only one that kind of doesn't tower over her, and Bianca, if you were watching this an hour later, I love you, I'm sorry. My sister's 5 foot, so she was kind of there with her, but my brother and I are 5'7", and my brother's like 6 feet tall, so we kind of tower, you know? But it was really sweet. Lauren! Hi, Lauren. Not you misspelling my name, please. You finally noticed. Took you like 3 months, please. But yeah, that's kind of the only major life update. I've been running around, and let me know who here hasn't bought their Christmas gifts. I'd be interested to know if anyone else hasn't done that yet. I finished all of mine this week, but I have to take out my brother to get all of his. My mom still has to get some. I dipped for a minute. Father returned from Christmas Costco trip. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I cannot imagine. I get Christmas gifts over a month in advance. What? Why? Stocking stuffers. Damn, you're on top of it. Yeah, my brother's, he has only my dad. So I have to take him out. I brought my sister's gift like a few days ago. Okay. Oh, shipping. Okay. Well, it's mostly because my family really never give each other gifts. We're here for the food, period. I need to get my brother that gorilla shirt. Who is mowing the lawn? Can y'all hear a lawnmower? The gardeners are here for my neighbor, even though it's literally raining. Can y'all hear them? No? God bless. They always come, rain or shine. They're always here mowing the lawn. Always. I mean, dedication, but still, I'm like, it's literally raining. Also, if my internet cuts, it is raining on and off, like really hard. So if stream cuts, it's either rain or P. Diddy. Just kidding. I made that joke because we're going to talk about him today. But we'll get into it now. I don't want to keep y'all waiting anymore. Obviously, I put out a poll that said, would we just do a slideshow or play Coral Island and do this? A lot of you voted for the slideshow, so that's what we're here to do. And then, of course, like the disclaimer says, these are just my opinions. Yours can be different, and I do mean it in that as long as someone's thoughts and opinions aren't infringing upon someone's rights as a person, I think people are entitled to feel how they want. Is Spotify too loud? Or is the music all right? Do let me know. You know, as long as you aren't infringing upon anyone's human rights, you can have whatever opinion you'd like. Now, if your opinion infringes upon the rights of people, then I'm gonna have a problem. But if it doesn't, then I dial it down. I dialed it a little bit. Is it better? Is that better? Oh, I thought the music was just your voice. Oh, really? Is Stop. Please. Is my dad here? I haven't seen my dad all morning. He was gone when I woke up. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. My thumbnail's crazy and it doesn't even have half the business, but you know, let's get into it. The first thing that we're gonna talk about, or this is kind of the mood board, so these are kind of not everything we're going to talk about, obviously, but the few faces of what we'll be talking about. Colleen Ballinger right in the direct middle, because obviously that's like the biggest crazy thing that kind of came about this year. The first thing we're going to talk about is Twitch, and this is something I kind of talked about. Oh, hold on. My father's here. Let me go and give me a minute. Sorry, y'all. My dad, my dad brought me a rug from the store. I'm sorry. We were putting that in my closet. My fault. But the first thing we're gonna talk about is Twitch. And for those of you who haven't been following, there's been a really, especially this year, really prominent surge of people sexualizing themselves and objectifying themselves on Twitch. And this kind of started, like I have on the PowerPoint, in 2016 when Screen Rant was talking about the prominent rise in people doing a lot of work around things to get around the sexual content guidelines. And this really, again, kind of rocketed in 2021, which was the year of like the hot tub streams. If you've been around for a minute, you've seen those. You need to see the doctors. Aurelian. Hi, Lillian. Hi. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh my god, the lawnmower. There's so many things happening. Comment Twitch L, please. Hold on, y'all. They are right by my window. So if you can hear them, I apologize. They'll go away in a minute. They'll go away in a minute. Els, hi. How are you doing? A faint hum. Yeah, that's the blower. So, you know what though? I tell people all the time, I live in a house, I have a family, I have neighbors, there's gonna be noise, there's not much I can do about it. So apologies, but we're gonna have to live with it. But, you know, that kind of surged in 2021, and then it surged again this year when people were literally just posing topless. Like, right? This sounds really vulgar, but it's a way to work around, where the salami are. It was like right above that, and they were oiling themselves up to look like a glazed donut. And they were doing really provocative things to move things around. And I don't know if y'all have seen, but this is something that has just started getting popular. You have women and even men, predominantly women though, sitting with black cutout bars that they tape to their body over like their intimate parts. And they're sitting there nude. They're only covering the parts that they don't want you to see, and everything else is just out. Everything. And the issue I have with this is that, you know, I went on Twitch after the new rules were worked around. Brooke! Hi! Everyone say happy birthday to Brooke. Today's Brooke's birthday. Happy birthday, Brooke! Sagittarius, or are you Capricorn? I forget. It's supposed to be a gaming website, Anakin. Did a very fast 180? Yep. Happy B-Day, Brooke. Yes! Happy birthday, Brooke. She's a Capricorn, I fear. Brooke is 22 today, please. But they, you know, I went on the platform. Catherine. I went on the platform after the new rules were instated, or yeah, they were put in place. And the first thing I see in my recommended is a woman with her boobs all oiled up. And animal corn, like animated animal corn. I was like, what is this? Why am I seeing this? And then mind you, I have a cousin who's 15 who showed me her like suggested channels. She had the same thing. Which means there's no rules put in place right now to make sure that kids aren't seeing this stuff. There's nothing being put in place to make sure, okay, this is where your content is gonna go. This is your For You page, which means it's stuff based off of what you watch, not just what we recommend. There's nothing. Or even like with YouTube, for example, even though I'm sure it makes it to the kids app sometime, and kids are on this app, but they made a YouTube Kids app in case parents want to put that on their kids' phones, right? And then they have the regular app. Why hasn't something like that been put in place for Twitch? And it's just kind of crazy how they're letting that go. My Overwatch streams. I was following some VTubers at the time. Yeah. They probs did all this so people can stream Baldur's Gate 3. Ow, my chest. Yeah, probably. But even then, the way that Twitch was like, they saw that all this stuff was happening with women being nude and like OnlyFans models going on there and literally twerking and like no clothing and things like that. And they decided, oh yeah, we're going to change our terms of service to cater to what they need. And they were like, oh, sorry, we're getting backlash. We're going to dial it back only a little bit, but we're still going to make it vague so that you can do what you want. That's crazy. And so that's my first thing that we need to leave. I'm not leaving Twitch behind, but I'm going to be on it less because I'm just sick of y'all flip-flopping. And I also can't deal with the ads. I got to be honest. The way that sometimes I get 8 ads that are like a minute long each, you're going to have me sitting here for 8 minutes waiting to get back to the stream. You got me messed up. Food is here. I'll be back. No worries. Enjoy your crab. Leave OnlyFans for that app specifically. Yep, exactly. The next thing that we're going to get into, I hate that person at the top with all of my being. TikTok trends that I've seen that I really hate. The first 3 all kind of go in together. And it's these videos like the one I see in the middle that says, claim this sound or claim this video, or if you don't like this video, your mom will perish. Things like that, they drive me insane. It drives me crazy. And the way that I see people in the comments be like, claiming with no sound, I have a golden monkey. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What are we doing? What are we doing? This is... modern day chain letters, exactly. Reminds me of Facebook, yes. Or things we used to do as kids that are like, if you don't do this, your mama, you step on a crack and break your mom's back type of stuff. But it's like, why are you doing this when we're teenagers, when we're adults? I go on some profiles and they're like 43 years old. What are you doing? Why are we doing this? Exactly, Facebook. Why are you threatening my mom? Literally, like, you're going too far. You're annoying me. The next thing has to do, again, kind of with like Twitch. And this is something I know a few people have gotten, and myself included, is people are working around the terms of service on TikTok for really, adult things. I don't want to hear this song. Or this one. I'm so sorry. I have to skip songs. By putting corn on there, but it's outlines. So it's just like white outlines of what's happening in the video with like a beautiful image of like Iceland in the back. That pisses me off. Also, the acting like you're a child when you're a grown person. Great example at the top right, Bella Poarch. Cannot stand her. If I ever saw her in public, I'd probably deck her in the center of her face. People that act like kids, and I put it on there. Also, actually, disclaimer, this slideshow is going to talk about some pretty things that can be triggering for people. So if you see anything on here that might, feel free to leave. You don't have to stay here. It's okay. I'm not going to hold you hostage if you want to go. I feel like it really feeds into, I call them PDF files because I got that from Lauren, actually, in the chat. Shout out to Lauren. Judd, hello. But I feel like it's feeding into a fetish and an imagination, and it's gross. And because you're an adult doing it, you're even more disgusting. They want the gotcha moment, please. I'm going to come back and watch the rest of this later. I kind of want to cancel everything to watch this, though. It's okay, Aurelius. It's okay. Do what you're gonna do. It's fine. The TikToks that annoy me are the POV TikToks. The Wordle. I call them test subjects, please. But that kind of annoys me. Also, the pick-me's I see on there, and this goes for men against men or women against women, because I see it on both sides. The people that judge people on there for what they're wearing or what they're doing, and then talking about how they wouldn't do it. For example, I've seen some people wear outfits, right, where they're dressed like Adam Sandler, aka me. And other girls would come in there and be like, oh, I could never. I could never wear that. I would look so ridiculous. You're so brave for wearing that. Or like men will, there's a straight man on there. He has a fiance and he does his makeup, right? And he does a really great job. And it's a form of expression. It's freedom of expression. And the men will be like, oh no, having a girl and doing this could not be me. okay, then you can move on with your day. You know, you want to be picked really bad. I understand that. But you can move on without stating your opinion. If it's criticism, that is different. If you come on to comment on what someone is doing just on the basis of wanting to make fun of them or to make them feel lesser than, you're annoying. And there's a lot of that on TikTok, and it really makes me sad because it honestly feels like sometimes people just want to be mean for the sake of being mean, which is something we're actually going to go into next. Is so silly in my opinion. It is. And this goes, into the next one, which is being mean isn't cute, because it feels like on social media, especially, and I want to leave this next in this year, and I know it won't be left, but I'm going to proactively try to see less of it. I just feel like people get off being mean. It's really juvenile, like I said on here, and it's annoying, but people feel like having an attitude or being mean to somebody or picking on someone for no reason is just really like quirky and cute. My person is in the way. Hold on. I'm so sorry. You guys can't even see. There we go. And it's just really sad. At this point, I'm going to run for president and then ban TikTok. Please. But it's really just, it's cruel. And, it's kind of, I love this quote by Paulo. I forget how to say his last name. But his quote is basically, how people treat other people is a direct reflection of how they feel about themselves, which is true. And I did put a disclaimer on here that says, being mean, again, is not the same as having a different opinion or as actually criticizing someone, like having good constructive criticism. But there's a way to do that without being mean and without just tearing down people to make yourself feel better. Now, if you have someone like a James Charles who's on TikTok feeling himself, best believe I'm going to go on there and say something mean because this is someone who's done criminal things. Or if you have someone who's actively, like, for example, I saw this guy on Twitter the other day. This woman put a selfie of herself just feeling really cute on Twitter, and she looked really cute. And she was like, queening every day, you know how it is, whatever. And it was a really beautiful photo. She was beautiful. And this guy goes on there and he's like, if your face card doesn't look like mine, then it's not. And mind you, his face card was horrendous. And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But now that you put yourself in a position where you're picking on someone, you've opened yourself up to being, having people be mean to you because you came out mean. So now people are going to come back that way. And you have to be ready to receive that type of backlash, But it especially goes for people that have done criminal things. Like when I see a James Charles on there, or I see a Jeffree Star, or a Shane Dawson, or a Colleen Ballinger, please pop off. Because these are the type of people who've done things over and over and take no accountability and refuse to learn in their adult years, mind you. But when there's like teenagers dancing, like for example, a great example, Blue Ivy's going on tour with Beyonce, right? When she first danced at the very beginning, people were like, oh, she can't dance. That's not Beyonce's daughter, this and that. Blue Ivy was 13. She's a child. Why are you up here as a grown adult fighting with or picking on a child? I don't get it. Like, why are you doing that? Yeah, there's definitely ways to have constructive conversation, but when you're just going out of your way to be mean, I honestly feel bad for people like that because you must lead such a miserable life. And this is something I'd like to stay behind. Obviously, that'll be difficult, but I think people need to talk more about the fact how people find it easier to be mean than to just be nice. Because it is hard to be nice, right? It's just really hard. But it also doesn't mean that because being mean is easier that that's okay to do. If that makes sense. And again, there are situations where being mean is just warranted because the other person is just being really cruel for no reason. Like yesterday, my mom and I went to the mall And this cashier was being really, and again, I feel bad for her because it was like rush hour. There was a ton of people, but my mom asked her for another bag because the bag had ripped, and she started kind of pulling the bag out of my mom's hands, and my mom is like, oh, what are you doing? And she said, you can't walk out with 2 bags. I have to give you one. And she starts trying to pull it from my mother. That's rude. And so then when we're walking away, my mom was like, your attitude could have been a little nicer. The girl's like, yeah, but it's policy. You can't walk out with another bag. And she was really snappy and mean. And again, I want to feel bad, but when you start like pulling things out of people's hands, it's like, let's relax. Let's try to calm down. My mom didn't come at you, no way. And when we were walking through the store, I heard someone complaining about that same cashier. And again, when you act mean, you warrant mean back, which only makes you meaner. And this cycle just spirals because this girl was walking away and was like, I don't argue with someone whose paycheck is smaller than mine, which is crazy. I was like, oh my God. But you warrant that kind of thing when you start just being mean. You know what I mean? And so, and you know what's sadder? I feel like people are a lot more mean around Christmas time. Isn't that sad? This is supposed to be the happiest time of the year. And people get so mean. Like, I'm happy all year. My boss could yell in my face and I would be smiling ear to ear looking crazy. Because, like, it's Christmas. I'm so excited. Opening the gifts, doing the tamales, having a good time. And again, I do feel bad for the worker because I'm sure she's run so many rude people that day. But let's also not get handsy and let's not be mean. I feel like there's a difference between an attitude of, I'm really sick of working here today, I just want to go home, versus just kind of being mean. But that's my thoughts on that. Again, stems from their own personal feelings. Exactly. And again, I don't think this is something that is going to go away necessarily, but I'd like for it to. So I put it on here. The next thing I have, and this is something I've just seen online as well, and it kind of goes into the ideology of Fresh and Fit and Aiden Ross and Sneeko and all of them, but it also stems from just things I've seen online from general people. And I'm going to explain it because I don't want people to think, what the hell was that? Think a certain way. Someone is sneezing repeatedly in my house. Christmas always makes me happy and excited. It makes me sad that people aren't happy all the time. Yeah, but everyone's experience is different. Exactly. And it makes me sad, that not everyone could just be happy. But, it's something impossible, but it's something that I myself put up here as a reminder to not feed into, if that makes sense. And if this helps remind anyone else, who's watching, then we're all learning something today. Is this idea of, I feel like a lot of, it's really popular now, especially since the rise of Andrew Tate, to just hate women. Like, I've seen, for example, we're going to talk about one later, but Matt Rife, a rising comedian who knew his audience was predominantly female, literally his opening joke on his Netflix special was about women and DV, and how if a woman knew how to cook, that she wouldn't walk out of her home with a black eye. And I feel like it's really, Eddie! Hermano, hi! Last Christmas. Eddie! Hi, Eddie. How are you? Thank you for the laugh. Eddie, Jesus Christ. I'm surprised that you're up. You were playing Fortnite late last night. I saw you. I saw you. Not to mention all the stuff about, yes! Okay, sidetrack. I'm sorry. We're gonna get back to the PowerPoint, but you guys, did you hear that they're gonna be releasing 100 and like something names of people that visited Epstein at his home? That document's gonna be coming out early next year. I can't wait. I'm gonna be on that. If y'all hear blending, that's my mother cooking. I can't do anything about that. um, but I cannot wait till that document comes out because I'm so eager to see the names on there so I can figure out who I cannot give my love to anymore. Because I'm sure there's going to be names on there of people I love and it's going to break my heart, but I'd rather not support them than support people that went to that damn island. But back to what the PowerPoint is talking about, and I'm not talking about the hyper feminism that focuses on the hatred of men, because at the end of the day, that's not feminism. That's just a whole movement on its own. But I'm talking about like the core root of feminism, which I'm a feminist. And what that basically means is like women and men can be on the same playing field, right? And that should be something that's possible and something that shouldn't be so impossible as it is now. And it dials down to things as simple as not getting the same paychecks as men who are in the same position as you, right? And there are people that are so anti-feminist, like Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross and the Fresh and Fit, who are just so unwilling to learn and willing to be ignorant, that it's really sad. And it's really we'll accept a bit of mama's cooking. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, sorry, my brother. I'm messaging my brother about something. Um, but and another thing that's popular, and I really didn't realize this until I was talking to my friend Leah from Chicago. Leah, if you're here, hey girl, I love you. I know you lurk. Shout out to you. Um, but we were talking about someone that she knows that really she's a woman herself. She identifies as a woman, but she really is what would you would call kind of like those pick me women that feel the need to always contradict or argue against the opinions or the behaviors or the choices of women, especially those that she considers too feminine. And my friend said this, and I never thought about it before until she said it. But she basically said what the last sentence at the bottom says, which is trying to claim that men and women face the same issues as if to delegitimize an argument only when spoken from the mouth of a woman. I never, ever put those two together until she told me that. I never put those two together, ever. I never put that thought in my head until she said it. And the moment she said it, I was like, I'm putting it in this damn slide. I was like, I need to talk about that because that's such a good point. And Andrew Tate is an excuse for being an adult child. Yeah, exactly. And, even down to things like, women fighting for male attention against other women is very, against the root idea of feminism. And feminism either isn't the idea of supporting all women, because like I don't support Casey Anthony. If I saw that woman, I'd swing on sight. I don't support the woman Yolanda who killed my precious Selena. But it's the idea of women that want to rise above challenges and be on the same playing field as men. And that doesn't mean women don't have to work to make men feel safer, because some men go through things that women do. They do. But statistically, women go through a lot more, right? That's just the facts. That's just the data. And Eddie, and women need to walk a certain amount to help men feel better, but then men arguably have to walk a lot more. And there are some men that aren't going to walk that path, and there are some women that aren't. But for those of us that are teetering on the idea or that are on board with that idea, need to work on doing that a lot more. Because I think if there was a lot less of us being against one another, a lot of root issues would probably solve themselves. And I follow a lot of men and women on social media that are feminists, and I think it's great because again, the idea is about men and women being equal, not necessarily women being better than, if that makes sense. And also the way that some people, like men and women, were unwilling to see the Barbie film, not on the basis that they think the movie would suck, but on the basis that they think it was just for girls, was kind of crazy to me. Just saying. The next slide. Speaking of, we're gonna talk about men with a large platform who don't need one. Speed has never fed, I will say, into the idea of anti-feminism and things of that regard, but I find him so annoying. He's just so loud and obnoxious and over exaggerates every reaction, to the point that if you guys weren't there or you don't know, he was actually playing Five Nights at Freddy's at one point, and he started dry, like air, I hate using the word, but camel humping the desk in front of him that he accidentally flashed probably like hundreds of thousands of people, and what became millions after it spread. Oh my god, why are they making noise? Hold on. Okay. I think he's done. So, back to what we were talking about. Peas of the same pod. So, Speed, again, just kind of obnoxious. Also, Ice High. Fresh and Fit kind of goes under the same category as Aiden Ross and Sneeko. I didn't put Andrew Tate on here because Andrew Tate kind of really fell off. I feel like after a lot of people went after him, and after Daz Games, who I love, if you're not subscribed, please go subscribe, made a long essay type video on Andrew Tate, they actually took down his social media and his website, I think. So he's like disappeared. But Fresh and Fit for some reason is still around. And I think it's because he formulates his sentences in a way where they're not as outrageous or as bigoted as Andrew Tate, but he still shares those same bigoted ideas. And again, he's just a man with terrible opinions, loves tearing down women, and he also just needs to get off the mic and grow some hair. Now, we're gonna... We're gonna go into Aiden Ross and Sneeko. Aiden Ross and Sneeko are kind of the same person. They both have bigoted ideas. They both lean on the very, very conservative side of things. Very radical, rather, if you will. They're both racist. They both send the N word many times. They both love to suck each other off and fuel each other's ideas. But what's crazy is that Aiden, despite doing all these things and him still being a terrible and vile human being, at one point, Sneeko refused to call, and you can see the name here, this person evil. And even Aiden Ross was like, yo, that's too much. You need to dial it back. So he only gets a few brownie points for that. But all of these people, I think, need to be left in the new year. Speed, I think, can be brought in if he just grows up and acts his age and not like a bambling, barking idiot all of the time. But the other three need to go. I'm really tired of seeing them for their anti-female rhetoric, but also their anti-male rhetoric. Won't grow up. Yeah, apparently. Amanda! Hi, Amanda. How are you? Sometimes I wonder what the moms of these dudes think. It's sad, and I think they probably don't have relationships with their mothers, which probably stems into why they're this way. Also, I forgot to put on here, but Sneeko's also a cuck, and I won't let anyone forget that, so that's that. Oh, next thing, and this one's crazy. I'm good, how are you? I am good. You know, it is... Why isn't Spotify playing music? Hold on now. What is going on? Grant me a moment. Hello? What is even happening? There we go. But the fact that Speed and I are the same age, yeah. And the way you're miles mature than he is crazy. But we're gonna get into P. Diddy love. This is a stream I actually want to do separately in the new year because I want to talk about this for hours. I want to go deep with the accusations that Cassie made against him because it's really bad. But for those of you who aren't following, Guts Lo-Fi, some of the songs have a literal minute of silence. Oh, okay, well, thank you for telling me. But in November of this year, Cassie, who is a former R&B singer and ex-girlfriend of P. Diddy, sued Diddy for $30 million over a multitude of accusations, which are all terrible. I've read them. And one of the accusations that was actually crazy is apparently, and this would have killed me because I love Kid Cudi, apparently P. Diddy thought that Cassie was cheating on him with Kid Cudi. And so when Kid Cudi was walking out to his car, he blew up Kid Cudi's car. Like, what? That is crazy. And that shows you how deep this like gangster rap stuff goes. But for a brief timeline, and I have it here. P. Diddy and Cassie met in 2006 at a party, and then in 2007 they started dating. Mind you, she was allegedly still a minor. And he started dating her and then split from his wife, Kate Porter, the late Kate Porter, unfortunately. And there's actually an update to Kate Porter, his wife. Porter's phone was recently retrieved, and her information that she has on her phone has started getting leaked. And apparently there's information on there regarding Cassie and Diddy and all of the things that he may or may not have done. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. 2012, they publicly appeared as a couple when she was finally of age. 2014, Diddy shared photos of a diamond ring. And between 2015 to 2018, they were kind of on and off until finally in October of 2018, they split officially. And then one of the other reasons that I want to leave P. Diddy in 2023 is because he's actually a really crazy rap mogul. And his gangster runs deep. This isn't on here, but there's actually a story where there's this rapper. His name starts with a W. I can't remember it now. But he allegedly said something about Cassie and her appearance and how she was like hot or whatever it is. Diddy held him over a balcony ledge, allegedly, by his ankles and was telling him to apologize or he'd drop him. That sounds like something out of John Wick. That sounds crazy. Oh, Hollywood runs deep, Eddie. Hollywood is crazy. Did I leave and jump back into? Hi, Ghost. But it's really crazy. BRB, no worries, Lillian. Thank you so much. But the other two reasons I don't like this man is allegedly, according to Eminem, and now according to the suspect who was arrested on suspicion of killing Tupac, have come forward and said that Diddy sent out the hit to get Pac killed. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, I hate this man, because the way that Tupac would have been a dream to have in the rap world would have been phenomenal. And then another person I have on the thumbnail is this man named Joe Budden. I don't think you care to know who he is. Joe Burden I put on here. That's really what his name should be, but it's Budden. He's unwilling to criticize Diddy at all because he like D-rides and also rides with Diddy in his pack. So he's kind of like afraid to go against the grain. I recommend watching this video by, and let me look for it. It is by a YouTuber named 𝐤𝐫𝐞𝐝. I actually follow him on Twitch. And I love the video that he did on P. Diddy. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna try my best. 𝐤𝐫𝐞𝐝 P. Diddy. Here it is. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. You don't have to watch it now, but if you want to bookmark it and watch it later, he may or may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. But that's the video where I got some of my info. I recommend going there to watch it. I really like the thoughts and opinions that he has. I better see a slide about Dream. Oh, I didn't put him in here, but we can talk about him. D-writing, so common, very common. Next slide are people who sabotage themselves. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is Jonathan Majors. For those of you who haven't followed, he's the man who was playing Kang in the Marvel's films, was supposed to be in the upcoming Marvel Avengers films, Kang Dynasty. In late 2023, so this year, he was being sued by his ex-partner Meagan Good for alleged harassment and DV. Evidence continued to spill forward, and he was actually just this week convicted. Yeah, he was charged of third-degree DV and guilty of harassment. Is this Barbie playing? Wait, I'm sorry. I hear Barbie playing. Oh, it is Barbie. Well, we can let that play. And he lost his job at Marvel, so he sabotaged himself for life. The next person is Kanye West, and for those of you who wouldn't know, I'm actually a big fan of Kanye's music, particularly his old music. I think Graduation was probably his best album, and he has just dug himself a hole so deep, I don't think he can come out of it. Starting in October 2016, for those of you who remember, he left a concert in the middle of it and actually ended up getting hospitalized, and it got filmed on Keeping Up with the Kardashians because they were in the middle of filming like a whole Tristan scandal, and Kim got a phone call from police that Kanye was being taken to a hospital for mental evaluation. Oh, we talked about 𝐼𝐸 already. But he obviously suffers a lot from exhaustion and apparently bipolar disorder, and he claims he has autism. I don't know if that's true or not. But also, I think in his new album, it has a great title called Vultures. The people around him are just a bunch of yes men. They're just gonna let him say what he wants, however he wants, how bigoted and crazy it is, they don't care, because they get their money profiting off of him and his idiotic ideas, right? And I don't think that helps him, but I also think that he's very much beyond help, which is very sad considering he has 4 kids with Kimberly. And that's the only time I think I've ever felt bad for Kim Kardashian, is having to co-parent with someone like him. I cannot imagine how difficult that must be. The last one we're going to talk about claims he has autism. It isn't an excuse, yeah. But I'm throwing it out there because I know if a fan of his sees this, they're going to be like, well, what about this thing that he said he had? You know what I mean? And I don't want to have that bug me. I effed that up. Did you enjoy it, Brooke? Oh my god, is this Billie Eilish's song? I'm gonna cry on my stream. The next one is Matt Rife, who I kind of briefly talked about. Starting in 2023, Rife kind of started trending on TikTok with women for being a good comedian in terms of crowd work and also being handsome, according to some women. And he got his Netflix show late this year. And the first joke he makes is about DV and ridiculing women and how women wouldn't get beat up if they knew how to cook and if they knew how to clean and this and that. And he basically went from knowing his audiences with women to... He went from knowing his audience was women to basically trying to appeal to the man. And he has now had a bunch of girlfriends come forward and talk about their toxic relationships with him. And also, for those of you who don't know, Matt Rife was in Wild 'N Out, and there's a popular episode where he tried to touch Zendaya's face without her permission. And he got flamed by Carlos Miller, which made my life. So he's always been a bum and a loser. And we know that that jaw is not real, and I can see a transplant from a mile away. So there's that. Rig! Hi, Rig. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. We're getting into some things. Okay, this next one, and I have opinions on this one, because for those of y'all who don't know, I'm a barb, okay? I'm a barb to the death of me. I love Nicki's music. Pink Friday 2 came out. Y'all know I bought the vinyl. Y'all know I got the CD. Y'all know I got the perfume. Quick context if you don't mind. Okay, so basically today's stream is just a slideshow of things that we're leaving in 2023. And so I'll go back, but these are the things that we talked about. Twitch, TikTok trends, being mean, hating women, all of these podcast people, P. Diddy, and then these three who sabotage themselves. And now we're getting into the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beef. I was deep in this, I'll admit. I definitely had a strong parasocial relationship with Nicki at one point because I was a barb and I was involved in the fandom. I loved feeling like I was a part of something. But then people started making it too personal and it started getting too crazy. And so I kind of dipped out. I'm still a barb, but I'm not involved, right? But this all kind of started in 2017 when Bodak Yellow dropped, and then when they were on Motorsport together. And when after they were on Motorsport together, allegedly they didn't even film on the same lot. And there was a fight they had in September of 2018, that popular fight I'm sure y'all have seen where Cardi B walked out with a huge knot on her face. Beefy Minaj and Cardi beef, please. And it kind of dropped for a bit, and then 2019 through 2022, Nicki was dropping a lot of consistent music, including Super Freaky Girl, which drew controversy because apparently Cardi B and some other female rappers held what they called a funeral for Nicki Minaj's career. And then the two girls who were on the song, the remix of Super Freaky Girl with Nicki, went after Cardi, and it was a whole mess. Fast forward to 2023, and the husbands were fighting each other. And mind you, I don't like Nicki Minaj's husband because he's been allegedly accused of the R word. And, you know, I don't like Offset because he's a serial cheater and he's unfaithful, to the point now that him and Cardi B actually are separated. But my feelings aside, I think that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's music is very uncomparable. I think Cardi B does like party trap music, and then Nicki kind of just dips her toes into everything and whatever she wants, but she's a lot of pop, right? But I do think at the end of the day, statistically, there's still not a female rapper who has done what Nicki has done. That's not to say there are some I don't like, and Doja's one of them, which we're going to talk about. Had I think she shut up, she could have been a great person I could have followed. But there are girls that can come, you know, forward and get to Nicki and be on her level, not pass her, because I think Nicki has made her print, the, you know, pink print, like she calls it. And she helped revive female rap in a time when it was kind of dying. But I don't think the two could be compared. I think they're in their own different lanes, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna stick with my barbs. I'm gonna stick with Nicki Minaj. That's my girl. Prince, hello, or Price. I keep calling you Price. Captain Price, hello, ¿cómo estás? You can call me big sister if you want. Hermana, if you want. That's okay. You can call me whatever you'd like, as long as it's appropriate, you know. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have husbands? They do, and they're both pieces of trash. Nicki has better music. Period. Anyway, I'm biased, okay? I'm biased. I can't help it. The next thing we're going to get into is a thing I like to call pretty privilege, and I think it exists a lot in the Hollywood industry. The first person we're going to talk about is Selena Gomez. one thing with her, and the reason I want to leave her in this past year, she talks about being single too much, and she's always talking about her ex-boyfriends. And we're on my page, please. She's always talking about her ex-boyfriends and her ex-relationships. She goes as far to make fan accounts, to like fan accounts. She can't sing or dance. She can act, so if she wants to stay in an acting lane, that works for me. But she can't sing or dance for her life. She has preached previously about natural beauty and then kind of unintentionally admitted that she had Botox done, so she's a liar. She likes to argue with teens and kids online, most recently about her boyfriend, Benny Blanco, who is a really disgusting and vile human being in of himself. Not even just for looks alone, but for personality, he's horrendous. I need to drink water. Give me a moment. And it's also her constant like victim mentality. The minute you start to go after her, she kind of uses her lupus or like her anxiety or whatever it is as an excuse, but it's like that's not a reason for you to be lashing out and arguing with kids online. Do I think she's received he's irrelevant, brings us who he is. Do I think she's received an unfair amount of hate sometimes? Yes. But do I think now she's inviting that by acting nasty online? Yes, I do. And I think she needs to get offline and go away for like a year and grow the hell up. Next person we're going to talk about is Ariana Grande. I did a whole video on them. Y'all remember, I talked about it. She is a serial homewrecker. I think that's disgusting, and she thinks that because she's hot, she can get away with it. I think that Ariana is a great singer, but I don't think she's nearly as skilled as the likes of people like Kelly Clarkson and others who people think she's better than. Like, if you put her and Beyonce in a room, I'm gonna pick Beyonce in a heartbeat because I think Ariana has a great voice, but her voice sometimes lacks power, whereas like other people have that power in theirs. You know what I mean? Real Lauren the Duck, please. Oh, Lauren, we can. That person. The hell is home wrecking? Home wrecking is where you involve yourself in other people's relationships when you don't have, you basically steal a wife and their child, or a husband from his wife and child. You steal a man from his girlfriend. You know. That's that. Ariana was better when she played that dumb one in Victorious. I'm stealing men for real. Briley. You better stop. Doja Cat is the last one we're going to talk about. Oh, and she's not a girl's girl. We're going to leave it there. Oh, and another thing with Ariana, actually. Ariana, when the whole scandal was happening of her stealing someone's husband, she went on Vogue and was talking about and getting emotional over like how she's had Botox, as if her whole face hasn't been redone by cosmetic surgery. So she's a liar and I don't want to hear it. Next, we're gonna get into women, all of them, please. We're gonna go into Doja Cat. And her downfall makes me so sad because Doja is such a talented rapper. She can rap, she can sing, she can perform. My girl could have been the next big thing. She could have been bigger than, I hate to say it, but bigger than Nicki even. She could have been that girl. But she had to go out there and be racist, and she had to be a bigot and be sexist and misogynist and unfunny. She had to go on websites and date white men and feed into their racist and misogynistic fantasies. She had to go from being mid-sized to thin, which is fine, but then when she became thin, fat shamed people all the time. She had beef with a minor, Noah Schnapp, at the time over a coworker's phone number. And it's really unfortunate because it's like, if you had just shut the hell up, you could have been so much bigger. But because you want to run your mouth and also wear a racist person's picture on your t-shirt and pretend that you don't know what it is, now you're on your downfall. Good luck to you. Doja's fall off. Farted! Hi, Farted. How are you? Welcome back, Lily, and also hello. Doja's fall off was crazy. Yeah. She had so much potential. She did. She went from cool to what the F very quick. It's giving clown, please. honestly, the blonde on Ariana does her no favors because she's already so pale that that color blonde just doesn't look good on her. And that's not me being mean. That's just me saying if she went like a lighter blonde, I think she'd look great. Or like a brunette. But I don't think that blonde is for her. But you know, she can try what she wants. Her body, her choice, whatever she wants to do. As long as she's not being a homewrecker, you know. Crazy eyebrow, wouldn't touch it. Yeah. She has a very straight brow. It's very interesting. Love your PNG. Thank you. My friend Mickey made it. So shout out to Mickey. We love her here. I remember when Doja had all of the internet in her and had her songs played 24/7. Yeah, because she was that girl. The pic of her isn't the best. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay. This next person we're going to talk about. Shane Dawson. I'm sure y'all remember the whole downfall of Shane Dawson, right? And everything that happened with him. Tell me why this man was allowed to have 2 boys. Why was Shane Dawson allowed to have kids? Considering all of the PDF file tendencies, the justification for those type of people, the animal cruelty, the racism, the sexism, the misogyny, the SA and DV mockery, child endangerment, fan grooming, bullying, being a terrible boss and a terrible person, looking dirty. How was he allowed? He just keeps coming back. And it's, you know what's crazier too? And we're going to get into his husband, Rylan Adams, but they initially said his cat did go... farted. You better stop. You better stop. Oh my God. But Rylan Adams, his husband, has only really been accused of like mockery and friend abandonment and being a mean girl. And his biggest controversy really is being married to Shane. But Shane has been accused of like criminal things. Why are they being allowed to have kids? And then on top of that, they said that they were actually not going to show their kiss's face on the internet because they thought that their kids were going to get backlash, right? The first thing they do, only 3 days after the kids are born, they post photos of their kids. Who's the guy on the left? His husband. His name is Rylan Adams. That is his husband. Did they face no consequences? No. He just basically wiped himself off the internet, but he still has people pushing for him. And the video that I put at the bottom, and I am going to put it in my chat as well, is by D'Angelo Wallace, which he actually deleted his video because he had some claims in there about James Charles, which are no longer true, which include James Charles not doing criminal things, which he ended up doing. But if you have not seen this video, and I will warn you, there's a lot of content in there people might find uncomfortable, so please tread with caution. But if you're interested, Nora, hi Nora, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. You stop. How are you? Hi. Oh my God, there's so many of you here. Hello. We're just talking about people online, Nora. That video, please tread lightly if you do watch it, but if you do watch it, a fantastic video. He runs everything down. Their babies will look diff once the kids get older. Yeah. How are you? I am good. You know, I'm just sitting here talking with everyone. It's been weeks since I've been able to talk to people. And it's going to be my wrap out stream. That may be a lie. Maybe I'll come back next weekend. I don't know. But we're just hanging out. I'm your biggest fan, please. Dude's a one-man freak show. Yeah, that'll do anything for clout. Exactly. But yeah, I don't understand how he had kids, and it's very crazy. The next person we're going to talk about. Ooh, you went Xmas shopping? Yeah, the stores right now, I have to take my brother to Target. Oh, not her, please. All aboard. Should we watch her apology video? Will I get copyrighted if we do that? Did y'all want to watch her apology? Who here hasn't seen her apology? I will? Dagnabbit. Well, never mind. She copyrighted it. Are you kidding me? Colleen is funny because why did she think it was a good idea? Stop. Where's Thanos when we need him? I'm so upset. What if I play it? What does she start with? Hi everybody. It's been a while since you, what did she say, saw my face? I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. He goes into saying like, because people have said some things that are not quite true. And she's like, not that it matters, no. Not that that matters though. And she's like, just as long as it's entertaining to you. And then she goes into her chorus. The way that I have it memorized, because I've seen it so many times, I don't even watch hers. I go back and I watch people react to it for fun. Because it's fun for me. The cringe is going to tear me apart, please. Colleen is closer to 40 than she is 30. Literally. Insane. Sounds like Marceline from Adventure Time? Please. She's not a bad singer, but she's a bad person. Because she's a 30-year-old woman, 30-plus-year-old, who, well into her 20s, was accused of and started doing things like grooming, PDF file tendencies, distribution of porn to kids, allegedly. Infidelity, exploitation of children for her YouTube channel, lack of accountability, being mean, being a bad performer, alleged DV, charity scams, body shaming, body checking, food shaming, and being ugly. But in terms of the charity thing, I actually didn't know this until Brooke poked me about it. She's had charity scams where like she's collected money for cancer and allegedly not donated it, right? Tell me why she's coming out with now a charity run for kids with cancer. I beg your pardon? Didn't JoJo Siwa defend her? She did. But mind you, JoJo Siwa met her when she was 12. So JoJo Siwa is a victim in of herself and she'll learn when she's older, unfortunately. JoJo Siwa shouldn't be online. Grape to raisin? Please. Her skincare is sand. Jesus Christ. It must age you drastically. It must. I remember when I saw her when she had this lipstick on. Oh! Miranda sings. Karma will get you. I've heard stuff about her and JoJo. Yeah, I went deep into the rabbit hole. Because mind you, I follow Adam McIntyre, who's someone who's accused her since the start and was right about literally everything. And so I've been in this rabbit hole. I actually used to follow Colleen, mind you. And I remember when Adam McIntyre was cut off. And I remember thinking, but why is she beefing with this teenager? And then when she got a divorce from her husband, I kind of dipped because I was like, oh, this makes me sad. And then 3 months later, she's married to this new guy and having his kid. But I used to follow Colleen. Mind y'all, when I was like young, I used to be deep into like the Miranda Sings, Tyler Oakley, Connor Franta, OT3, whatever it was called, rabbit hole. I was deep in it. I was into YouTube. I was on YouTube chronically when I was young. So I was involved. I watched these people religiously. And I never caught on to any of this. But until the moment that Adam came out with his video. And then I was like, okay, I want no part. I remember when I showed this Steph and this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't want to talk about her too much though. Because I already did a whole video on her. We'll go to the next thing. Miscellaneous things. I want to talk about BBLs. So I think if you want to go forward with a BBL, that's your choice, you know, do whatever you want. I'd recommend butt shots before a BBL. But BBLs are so dangerous. Have y'all heard that if you want, you can't sit for like 2 to 8 weeks after you get a BBL? What are you supposed to do? And then on top of that, if you want to exercise, like light exercise, you have to wait 2 to 4 weeks after like 3 months in. And then if you want a hard exercise, you have to wait 6 to 8 months. What? You have to stop your life for a BBL. It's a Brazilian butt lift rig. A lot of people have them actually. All I do is sit. I could never, literally, I could never. Our hot kitty diddlers? Oh my God. What if I scratch my ass? Please. How do I get a BBW? Oh my god. Farted, please. Please. Have you guys seen the videos of people flying back home after a BBL? They have to sit backwards in the plane. Yes. I farted, needs a BBW. Please. Oh my god. You sit like with your stomach against the seat because you can't put your ass down. When you have to pee, you have to squat above the toilet. If you have to poo, you have to squat above the toilet. You have an actual bag of liquid that goes from your ass to the liquid to drain out any extra stuff from the BBL. Anakin, you're coming in at an interesting time. Hello. It's pro extra cushion, exactly, but it's not. I can't breathe. Oh my god, farted. Oh my god. Who needs water beds when you get a water bird? A water bum? Oh my god. The only benefit is that you don't have to pay for the seat. I lack ass, but I make it up in my hips. Me too, Catherine. Latina hips, you know. I don't have no cake, but I have the border of the cake. So it gives illusion, you know, from the front. It's hourglass from the front, and then from the side is pregnant pencil. But that's okay. I just have to make sure you never see POC. Not you spamming. Not Cleo. I have the Latin hips. I give it up to my Central American people. El Salvador. Ya sabes. Viva la raza. Ya sabes. You know. What a time. Have you not been in here? I'm so sorry. We're talking about BBLs. What's your thought on BBLs, Cleo? You landed at the best time, please. I watched Doctor Who on BBC, please. I'm laughing at anyone new to the chat coming in. Border? Briley, you better calm your talk. You better calm your talk. What do you think of BBC? Oh my god, please. What is my chat turning into? Oh my god. Anyways. Anyways. Doctor Who has a BBC. Anakin, help me. Anakin, help. I prefer gaming news. Stop. Anakin, just ignore them. Anyways. Oh, speaking of ass, the next thing we're going to get into is the word gat. I'm going to educate you, okay? And I don't mean to name names, but I'm going to say names. Daniel, I love you. You're my boy. I need to educate you on how to use this word. The term was initially coined to be a sound abbreviation for goddamn. Like when you see someone with a big ass walk by, you're like, God, and that's it, right? If you're saying things like she has a gat, you don't know what you're talking about and you need to shut up. And you need to educate yourself because that's not what it means. It's a sound. It's not a word, people. And so Daniel, for watching this again, I love you. You're my friend. But when you say it, every time you say this word, I punch a hole in the wall because it just drives me crazy. He's using it as a word. He is. I mean, Cleo, this is the same man that says things like slay. Well, I say it too, but you know what I mean. No, Dan, when I'm playing games, I still use goddamn BBC British butt carry. Oh my god. The Rizzler got the... Stop farting, stop. What that word meant, that's what it means. I love how wild the chat is. I don't know what happened. Chat is just going crazy. And warms up ice cream to use as milk. No, the most outrageous thing he did was put apple juice in his cereal. I'm not forgiving him. How do you do that? How do you decide, oh, I have no milk? No, don't let me not walk to the liquor store, go pick up some milk. Let me pour some apple juice. I beg your biggest pardon. I beg for it. I'm on my knees begging for it. Please tell me why you did that. That's the pregnancy diet. Please. Too much effort? Oh my god, Anakin. 𝐤𝐻𝐲? I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to know what that is. Let's not roast a man when they're not here. I roast him in front of... Well, I don't roast him. I just ask him in front of him. I gotta say that it has to be the craziest thing. Liquor store for milk? Liquor stores here have milk. Do your guys' liquor stores not have milk? Because our liquor stores here, at least in Cali, yes, there's liquor, but there's also like chips and milk and like produce. Like some liquor stores have meat. 1, 2, 3, VV, roast me? I'm not gonna roast you, Catherine. Stop. Why are you yelling at me? I don't want to hear about how you're on your knees after we got finished talking about 𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐬𝐜. Oh my god, what is going on? We got milk in Cali? Yes, we do. Yes, sir. Best drink is Baja Blast. I like the frozen Baja Blast. I don't like the regular one. Only carry liquor here, please. But the final thing we're going to talk about, and I don't know if any of y'all heard this, but my heart is broken. Vin Diesel, who, if y'all don't know, voices Groot, he got accused of sexual battery. Literally yesterday. Who do I trust anymore? Who can I love in Hollywood anymore? This is my boy from The Pacifier. Yes, you guys don't know. I have the fresh news. He just got accused like last night. Family, please. The new dragon fruit drink at Taco Bell is fire. They have a dragon fruit drink. Yeah, apparently he got accused, and that hurts me. And you know what hurts me is I might have to leave him behind in this year. Because the girl has evidence, apparently, and her story is, like, corroborated by other people. Okay, this music is too much for me right now. It needs to calm down. Thank you. My goodness. The image you use for BBL is crazy. Do you like it? That's Kim Kardashian. Anyways, next slide, we're gonna go into things I can't believe happened. And this was per the request of Joe. So Joe, if you're watching this later, or if you're lurking, hi, I love you. The Titan submersible implosion. I totally forgot. We avoid the Scientology nonsense. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that because that's just a mess and a half. V, why must I... Oh, he's in Scientology? Wait, is Vin Diesel a Scientologist? Why must I leave us out of nowhere, please? And Joe who? Joe... Please. But the multimillionaire who, like, took people down there and basically got them killed because he didn't want people to work on his submarine. Also, AI. Also, ignore the page numbers. I know they're off. Please ignore them. What needs to stay in 2023 the most? I'm trying to think on my list. What's on my list? Oh, Shane Dawson. I'm picking him because I just can't stand him. I think that he's... Actually, no. You know what? I don't know. That's very hard for me to answer right now. I'm not sure. But AI, I think we need... I can't believe it happened. I also think it needs to be left behind. Oh, it needs to stay in 2023? Oh, I'm sorry. What needs to stay in 2023 the most? You know, the streamer I actually have really grown to like is 𝐻𝐫𝐞𝐝. I think he's really sweet. I think he's really sweet, and I've actually started to watch him now. Sometimes he's a little too crazy for me, and I initially watched him because of his collab with Nicki, but I think he's a really good kid. And I'd like to see more people like that grow on that platform. I've seen someone on TikTok say the submarine was controlled by a controller. Yeah, it was an Xbox control. For Vivi to stop sending me the Sonic thirst. Okay, see, now you're gonna make people think I'm crazy. Let me clarify on what Catherine's talking about. I get weird things on my For You page. that are like thirst traps for Sonic characters. And because Catherine and I love Sega and it makes me cringe, I have to share it with somebody. So I send it to Catherine. And I send it every day. Oh my God, Rig, are you okay? I remember how it became natural to clanless people on the sub. Yes, we didn't know that they were gone. We didn't know they were gone. He's a bit much, but he's a sweet guy. Oh my God. I'm not going to live in 3 years. You stop it. And so I send her my cringe memes because I think they're funny. Oh, the guy that flashed his dong. It was 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐿. That was him. Oh, and then the last thing I couldn't believe happened. Shakira got cheated on. If Shakira got cheated on, what hope is there for me? Like, Shakira's beautiful. 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬, please. And she got blatantly cheated on. And Shakira's mine for real, please. Shakira's beautiful. She is gorgeous. It's an impossible event. And it makes me sad. Oh, he screamed at a kid with a disability? Okay, well, screw him even harder then. There you go. I'd smash, please. What about Zendaya, Briley? Oh my God, not you calling out Briley like that. Someone asked me to do predictions, and so that's the only reason why that's on here. Please stop. My predictions, for those of you who don't know, I'm a girl who's actually, I'm big into sports. My favorite sport is baseball, so y'all know when the Dodgers signed Shohei Ohtani. Prices of tickets might go up, but so as our chances of winning the World Series. So I'm very happy. Yes, Eddie. Yes, sir. Los Angeles. And so I predict the Dodgers will win, because if they don't, I will cry. Kansas City will win, because if they don't, I will cry again. The Lakers are my boys, but they suck. And then I think that LeBron will finally retire. Those are my 3 things that are on there. Wasting Otani's prime? I know. That is true. He gets injured a lot. Didn't they say Tears of the Kingdom won't be getting a DLC? Oh, well. I didn't know. Fuck the Lakers? Oh my God, why are you being so mean? What did Lillian say? I think I want all the IRL drama in Japan in 2023. Please. Okay. And then the next thing, we're going to get into games. Obviously, the DLC thing is not real. But I think there's going to be another trailer drop for GTA 6, which for those of you who don't know, I will be playing that game on here because GTA is my ish. I love GTA. There will not be a new Animal Crossing game. Womp womp. I wish there was, but Nintendo has forgotten about us. So I don't think that's coming. I'd love for them to prove me wrong, though. I think Twitch is going to become OnlyFans. I'm not going to elaborate that. Can we joyride together? Please. I once talked to a person that was... Oh, we're not talking about that. A new Super Smash game will drop, I think, because the Super Smash game has been out for a long time. And then I think a new Sonic game will drop, because if it won't, I will cry all year. And I need it to be an original game, like Sonic Frontiers. I don't want it to be no remake BS, unless, I was thinking the other day, unless they bring Sonic games to the PC, like Sonic Riders and Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog and those old games, because then my channel's going to be just Sonic. If they bring out the old Sonic games on the PC, you will see me playing nothing else. I do not care what comes out. That's all I'm going to do. And so I'm manifesting that. Please, so I can play more games on here, because I can't find him anywhere, and it makes me sad. If a new Smash Bros. Drops, I will literally do a backflip, please. When GTA 5 came out, I was 18. Oh my goodness. Also, hello, Josh. How are you doing? I mean, Smash Bros. Ultimate is still somewhat relevant. It is. That is true. Isn't Animal Crossing like one of the most money-making games? It is, but Nintendo is dumb. No offense, Nintendo. I got a Nintendo 64. Lucky. In terms of entertainment predictions, I think Rihanna's finally gonna have a baby girl. I think she's not gonna make another damn album, and I'm sick of it. I think that Nicki's gonna drop Pink Friday 2 or Pink Print 2, another album. I think a trailer for the next Batman movie is gonna drop. I think I put on here the kid who leaked GTA will end up in jail, but fun fact for y'all, he actually is going to be in a mental hospital for the rest of his life. More than likely, because he, first of all, this is how I always say, like, kids with autism, like, a lot of them are so smart. He is on the spectrum of autism, and he leaked the GTA game info from a hotel with a fire stick and his cell phone. How did he do that? You have to be smart to be able to do that, and he's a kid. Oh, I did not hear about that? Yeah, Rihanna was mommy when I was in high school? Please. Why for life? Because they asked him if he'd do it again, and he'd say yes. He claimed that he didn't want to stop committing crimes. Yeah, exactly. That he wanted to keep committing crimes, so they're keeping him there. I paid $30 for my inhaler, and you can't find it? Oh my god. Can you ask for help to find it? A fire stick is wild. They need to hire him. Exactly. Why is he getting a life sentence? I have no idea. I don't know if they think that he's gonna go beyond hacking a video game, because he was blackmailing Rockstar. I think that's her name. He was telling them, if you don't send me this amount of money, I'm gonna leak the whole trailer. And so they released the trailer early because of that kid. He sold himself, please. And so there's that update. The other thing, I think that Kanye West is gonna divorce his wife, because all he talks about is Kim Kardashian. I think that Offset and Cardi B are going to get back together like they always do. I think a new trailer for a new Avatar movie is going to drop. World War III, please. We're always on the brink. I'm waiting on the meteor. Just kidding. I'm so sorry. Oh yes, there was a leak for Insomnia as well. Insomniacs, sorry, which is crazy. Offset and Cardi B are getting back together, please. Is the Dodgers your favorite MLB team? It is. It has been since I was a little girl. Why do Avatar movies make so much money? I wish I could tell you. I didn't go to see the last one, so I have no idea. I'm waiting for another Meteor too, please. I will say when the first Avatar movie came out, the cinematics were way ahead of its time period, but I don't understand why now. I think that Taylor Swift is going to become engaged to Travis Kelce. I think that's his name. Don't clock me if I have the wrong brother. Cardi's mine, please. And I think a Shrek 5 trailer will drop, which I'm a little bit afraid of, because for those of you who don't know, they're putting a new animation style on Shrek. The animation style allegedly that they put for Minions, and I'm a little bit scared because I think the animation for Shrek is what gives it its pizzazz, makes it different, and I would prefer that they not change anything, but who am I to do? Actually, fun fact, y'all, I almost got a job at DreamWorks. They offered me a job and I said no, and I should have said yes. They were gonna hire me on as an executive assistant, but the drive there would have been like 2 hours, but they were gonna put me in the DreamWorks department. Isn't that crazy? I almost got offered a job for DreamWorks. And I think Insomniacs just said to do your worst, buddy, and they accepted it. Oh no. My favorite is the Braves. The Braves are a great team. How dare they? Minions? Yes. I don't know a single person that saw Avatar 2. Yeah, apparently it made a ton of money. If they make it like the Puss in Boots movie, yeah, exactly. If it's Puss in Boots animation, I'm okay with that. But let's not make it like the Minions. Come on now. V, you dumb for turning it down? I'm sorry. I didn't want to drive 2 hours, and I couldn't afford to move. I was just out of college. With the style of new Puss in Boots, it would be great. It would be phenomenal. And you know one thing about DreamWorks? Speaking of DreamWorks, Kung Fu Panda, they never make a bad villain. Their villains are always so good in the movies. I love DreamWorks. I have a friend who looks like Shrek. Stop being mean to Cruz. Oh, I saw Avatar with like 8 people. Stop. Show me the death again. Oh my god. I'm back. Hi, Brooke. Stop dragging. Not your anyways. Don't pretend you didn't just drag Emilio like that, please. V, an executive? Stop. Stop it. What did you think of the Kung Fu Panda 4 trailer? I thought it was great. I loved it. And I love Kung Fu Panda movies. I'm not shy to say that. So, you know, I'm excited. This is all fine and dandy, but where's the prediction that I'll get a girlfriend, Rick? Listen, you and I are on the same boat. You know what, though? I joke all the time that why am I single? And then I never leave my house. I never leave my home. And then I wonder why. I'm so stupid. That wolf girl. Oh my god, please. Real? You got it, mi hermano. Please. And so we're all in the same boat. That's okay. Is your way of breaking up with me? I would never. I can't sign the divorce papers. I don't have the money. I would never. You can still get someone even if you go out. That's how strong your Riz is, please. Kidnap someone? What the freak? What is going on? Oh, and then we're going to talk about things I'm happy I did. To end it on a light note. My crop job on that picture is bad. Just ignore it. But I learned how to play Fortnite, which sounds really childish, but I actually really enjoy Fortnite, and I spend probably way too much money on the skins, such as buying the whole TMNT pack. But I'm really happy I learned how to play. I already told you I would. Briley. She was a Sonic girl. She needs a Mario man. Oh my god. Fortnite stream? Please. V, let's play. Oh my god. The other thing... Shut up, Catherine. I had to let go, actually, of a couple of friends this year, which sucks, but it ended up serving me well, so I'm okay with that. If you're watching, hi, I'm doing great, if you'd like to know. And to be honest, I didn't think about these people until I wrote that bullet point, so let that sink into your head. Are you gonna grind to get Peter? I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I want Snake more than Peter, honestly. V, let's play, please. You should play Fortnite soon, maybe. If your mom is watching. Oh my god. Please. I learned the value in saying no, which I think is something a lot of people have to learn. And so if you're watching this, and everyone who's in my chat, it's okay to say no. Don't feel bad. I'm on one today. I've had the same two for the past 15 years. Well, see, Rig, I made a whole stream about it, but I had a friend who essentially was talking very poorly about me, even with people I knew, and then tried to play victim, and so I had to cut it off, unfortunately. And you know, it is what it is. Maybe we just don't service each other, and that's okay. But I'm not going to be strung along and made to look dumb, you know what I mean? And so I snipped, and that's okay. It is what it is. My mom as well, unfortunately. Jesus Christ. I saw it twice this year, which made me so happy. It was probably the best concert of my life. I saw Big Time Rush. I also went to the Sonic... Catherine! I also went to the Sonic Symphony with Catherine, our lovely mod here, Breakfast Place, and also my brother Adam, which was a dream because Crush 40 was there and I loved it. Oh, I know who it is you're talking about, Lauren. And so that was great. I went to see the Barbie movie and cried with Catherine, and that was awesome. I completed my physical therapy, which is something I'm very proud of, and I'm still working out every day, mind you. I'm moving my leg every day. I've not stopped. So Brings, you be very proud of me. I'm gaining back a bit of my independence that I had before I broke my leg, so I'm going out on my own a lot more. I'm not afraid to do things a lot more. I've seen my girlfriends a lot more. Catherine, Kimberly, Monique, hi. And I'm trying to work on myself a lot more, like being, working on self-love, being a bit of being selfish a little bit, and, but also trying not to be, and only being selfish really in the terms of like self-care and things like that. I'm gonna learn how to twerk. What? Okay. free consultation with me, please. I really like the Barbie movie. It was good. Brand new car. That was, you know how many people, I didn't really understand how rare it is to get a new car until I got one, and people were like, oh, you got a 2024? Yeah, I've been driving the same one for years. And mind you, I didn't buy it with my own money. Let me make it clear, I'm not rich. My father helped me. But that's crazy. And then I didn't put it on here, but getting to see my brother graduate probably was one of the greatest things of my life. My brother knows, and if you're watching this, hi, Adam. I love Adam down. That's my boy. I will fight with my life to protect and watch over and be there for Adam, just like my sister would. And I'm trying not to cry. I love Adam a lot, and so does my sister, and that was probably one of the greatest accomplishments ever, was getting to see him do that. Let's go, Adam, for real. And V's dad, the GOAT, please. I'd fight for Adam too. Thank you. And the last thing is, I didn't realize, but I started streaming this year. It feels like it's been longer because I've been kind of a mod for a long time. But streaming, and to the people at the beginning who really pushed me, you know who you are. People who bought me my mic and my keyboard and my capture card. You know who you are. I don't have to say. Thank you. It feels, you know, I'm not too much, I'm growing a lot, which is scary, and I'm not focused on growth, but I really appreciate people being here to want to help me grow, and to the people who've promoted me and who've backed me. And I like the way that we keep it where we all come in here and some of us don't even know each other and we just talk, and that feels nice because it feels like I'm just sitting here and talking with friends. You know what I mean? And it feels nice, and I appreciate y'all watching me now. I appreciate y'all who are going to watch this later. And even to the people who just see me in passing, hi. Nice to meet you. You one of my fave streamers. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're so sweet. Don't be scared of me. We have your back. Thank you. Fave streamer. Feels Gucci coochie. Excuse me. I want to stream, but my parents would not let me. You'll get to a point where you can though, Lauren, and I'm gonna be there front and center. I'm gonna be first member. Don't even trip. But I appreciate y'all, and it's just been really nice, and it's been fun, and you know, we'll see where it goes in the new year. I know that next month, and I do want to put out a disclaimer now, despite whether I come back next week or not. If this is my final stream, I want to put out a disclaimer. Next month, I am going to be very busy. Dora, you're so sweet. You stop. You've been such a big catalyst in my support too, Nora. Please, I love you. Gotta continue my sleeping. Please get sleep, Naru. And thank you for being here. Love you. Appreciate you. Have a good night. You're doing amazing. Stop. I can't take compliments. I'm not good at taking compliments. Thank you. Stop. Take it. Please. Not the gingus, please. Oh my god. Smash that like button. Excuse me. I'm not going to do that. Wanted to congratulate you on not breaking into any McDonald's this week. Oh god, here we go. You're amazing. Keep growing. Stop. You guys are so sweet. You know, and I also want to say I kind of like how, you know, the corner of the internet that we're in is it's a good corner of the internet where everyone's just here to vibe and we're here to chill. And I'll be different, please. I really like having that vibe here. You are not cool, Catherine. Best corner, please. You're such a natural at this. Thank you. Katie, you're so sweet. Y'all, Katie's always so good to me. I love Katie. For real, V. Thank you. Thank you, Brings. Stop. Stop. I can't take the compliment. Hey, Briley, I want to congratulate you on not using your 1 ounce of weight loss journey. Oh. If Lauren and Briley argue, you guys, please ignore them. That's just how they are. Just ignore them. I love how our Genghis gets it has become a thing. Yeah, I need to put Genghis on a shirt and I'm gonna ship it out to everybody. All of you are amazing, especially you, Eddie. Please, I'll be good, I swear. V really ate, really left no crumbs. You learned that from me? Oh my goodness, I'm teaching you guys things. But I think that's the end of the PowerPoint. I don't think, oh, just kidding. My stomach. I forgot I put that in here. Oh my god. I'm crying. I forgot I put that in here. Walk a mile with this. I'm gonna cry. I can't breathe. I'm gonna pee my pants. I forgot I put that in here. Oh my goodness. I forgot I put that in here. Well, now it's the end. Now I'm gonna end it. I may or may not be back next week. I don't know. I will update you guys, but I love you, elves. Thank you all for being here and for coming in. I'm gonna go with my brother to fight a good fight and war at Target. But I love and appreciate y'all very much. Hopefully we can leave most of these things in the new year, you know, or leave them here and not take them into the new year. We'll see. But if I'm back next week, I'll let you know. If not, have a very Merry Christmas. Regardless, have a great Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate, Happy New Year. Happy birthday. Aquí pinches fregados. And have a good rest of your days. I hear my father calling me, and I think there are guests here, so I'm ending it at a good time. And I will see y'all eventually. I love y'all very much. Please take care of yourselves. And like the picture says, I am out of here. Bye.